Hi guys, welcome to another Barb Stamps video. I am super excited for this video because I am going to show you how to make an awesome card. Plus, it's the kickoff video for my Tag Buffet Create Where You Are kit class to go for the month of November 2020. The projects will be using the Tag Buffet stamp set. It is not included in your kit. You can add it to the kit for $21. Your kit does include a pre-cut cardstock kit with all the supplies you need to create the 8 cards that are in the class. There are 4 different designs. You will create 2 of each. This card is one of them that I'm going to show you how to make today. The other 3 are exclusive to the class. You will also receive a pack of our red rhinestone basic jewels, the Wonder of the Season ribbon combo pack that has this great gold trim and then this gorgeous shaded spruce ribbon. You'll receive a half pack of our adorable little 3 1/8 by 3 1/8 inch acetate card boxes. And you may be wondering, what are we going to do with those? Well, let me just show you what you could do with them. You can create an adorable little gift with 3 by 3 note cards, and then of course a belly band with the gorgeous ribbon. You can create a cute little purse to house some treats. This is one that I made for Halloween. And you can just use it to stuff it with treats and wrap it with a belly band. So I will be showing you a couple of ideas in some of the exclusive videos that are included with your class. You will also receive a half a pack of the 'Tis the Season Designer Series paper. These pieces are 6 by 6. You'll get half the package. Here are the designs that come in that package. And then of course you will get my exclusive PDF tutorial with the written instructions along with videos for all of the projects. And of course this will be the first video that you will receive for with the directions to make this card right here. So the kit is $45, and again the kit includes the half pack of DSP, the gems, the ribbon, and then a half a pack of the acetate card boxes, along with your pre-cut cardstock kit, including the envelopes for the 8 cards. If you want to add the Tag Buffet stamp set, like I said, you can do so for $21. Links to these options are in the description below the video. So let me get the supplies for the card and we will get started. All right, here are the supplies. You will of course provide the Designer Series paper since you will have it in your kit, and you will need 2 pieces. These are the patterns that I chose. These are 1 3/8 by 4 1/8 inch each. Then you will also need a scrap of other pattern so that you can do some fussy cutting. And then this will be included in your kit. Your 4 1/4 by 7 inch piece of thick Whisper White, 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of mint macaron, a 1 1/2 by 4 1/4 inch piece of thick Whisper White, and then 2 of these labels cut out of thick Whisper White also. All right, so we can start out by doing our sentiment. Now I'm going to do this in Versamark and white embossing powder. If you do not have Versamark and white embossing powder, you can simply stamp your sentiment on the inside of the card. I'm going to ink this up in my Versamark, and my theory on Versamark inking is you ink it up until you think you have enough ink, and then you add some more. I honestly don't think you can have too much ink when you're working with Versamark. So I'm going to put this kind of towards the bottom of this layer of the Designer Series paper. Press that into place. Okay. And then I'm going to bring in my white Stampin' Emboss powder. And we're going to just sprinkle this over the top of the sentiment. And then I'm just going to tap off the excess there. And then I do like to give it a little bit of a flick to get all that off. So then I'm going to bring in my heat tool. All right, let's get these things out of the way so I do not blow my powder all over the place. Put my Versamark pad. And you can tell my Versamark pad's been very well loved. I have it held together with some tape, and it's been held together with tape for many, many years. So I probably should buy a new one, but you know, it's one of those things where it's not completely broke, don't fix it. So I'm going to heat set this with my tool. There we go. And then I'm going to add this to this bottom layer of the Thick Whisper White. So I'm going to use some seal adhesive here. And I'm just going to add a little bit to both edges, and then a little bit here and a little bit here. And like I said, again, if you don't have embossing equipment, you can just stamp your sentiment on the inside of the card, underneath where this little flap's going to be, and that would look just fine. But I just kind of thought that the white really popped on this gorgeous paper. Okay, so this is a 4 1/4 by 7 inch piece of Thick Whisper White, and I have scored it at 1.5 inches. So I'm just going to burnish that with my bone folder. I'm going to bring in the other piece of Designer Series paper, and we're going to add that also. Okay. And we will just get that on here. Okay. So we have the top and the bottom. This is our inside layer. We're going to do our stamping on this. So I've got the really large sentiment from the stamp set, and I'm going to ink that up in some real red. And this sentiment is just the perfect width that the labels will cover it up. So we're just going to kind of eyeball this and hope that it is in the center. That's always the hope when you're stamping, isn't it? There we go. And then I'm also going to add a little holly berry and its leaves to the top up here. There we go. And then the little berry image. So cute. And like I said, you could stamp your sentiment down here if you need to. All right. Go. If you're enjoying the video so far, please give it a thumbs up, because that really helps my YouTube channel. And also, if you subscribe down here in the corner, you can be notified when I upload new videos by clicking that little notification bell after you follow me. So thanks. All right, so this is going to go to the inside of the card. Really excited about this kit, you guys. The cards are super cute. And then those little acetate boxes, man, they just really make everything so fun. And of course, this paper isn't strictly just for Christmas. Yeah, there's a lot of green and red patterns, but there's also just some plain red patterns that I think would be great for Valentine's Day. So we'll be probably seeing Valentine's Day candy in the stores soon enough. Okay, so that's what we have so far. So now we need to bring in our little labels, and the one label we're going to stamp on. Bring in a little tiny piece of scratch paper, and I need some black ink. So I'm going to use Memento, and I've got the ornament here. And I'm going to stamp the ornaments. One of them I'm going to stamp about like that. And then the other one I'm going to stamp just slightly above and off to the side. There we go. So we will let those dry. Now we're also going to stamp the ornament on our scratch paper here, or this little strip of Designer Series paper. And I only need that little center piece. So I'm going to turn this over. You know, we'll just go ahead and use this little spot right up here. That looks like a good spot to cut out. And now we're going to do a little fussy cutting. And this is a fun little technique called paper piecing. And the technique is basically you piece together an image from stamped pieces on patterned paper. So I'm just going to cut this little center ornament piece out of both colors. All right, so there we have our two little pieces. I'm going to get these bits out of the way here. And then we can just add some adhesive to these little guys. And I've just got my glue here. It's kind of coming out a little bit fast. So I'm just going to kind of spread it around with my finger to cover that area. And then I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to pick up these pieces and then place them where they belong. And there's one. Paper piecing is a lot of fun. Now, of course, you could color these in if you wanted to with our Stampin' Blends or something, but I just kind of thought that would be fun. All right, now we need to add some strings or like some ornaments hangers. So I've got a basic black Stampin' Write marker here and a ruler. And so I'm just going to eyeball this as best I can. Whoa. Butterfingers doesn't make for very good. I could have fallen right on my card. Okay. And I am just having my ruler just slightly off to the left so that when I actually put my marker down, it's actually going to go mostly right up the center there. Okay, so we have that. Then I wanted to bring in my Wink of Stella, and I wanted to color in these little, I guess called ornament caps or something. I don't know what they're called, but these little toppers that, you know, clip into your ornament that allow you to hang them on your tree. And so I thought if I just dabbed a bit of Wink of Stella on there, that would just be a little bit of fun. Okay, so now we need to punch a hole in this so we can add our ribbon detail. So I'm going to bring in our detailed trio punch, and I'm going to use this little guy here. You can use whatever hole punch you have. This is what I have, and so this is what I'm going to use. So I'm just kind of lining that up from side to side, and then there is a little guideline right here in the front of the punch that I'm having point right down here to this point on my label. So I'm centering it from side to side as best I can, and then having that point straight down so that my hole is in the center. All right, so we're going to bring in some of that gorgeous ribbon, and you don't need a whole bunch. We'll just cut off a little chunk about like so, and I'm going to fold it in half just because that's going to make it a little easier to thread it through the hole. There we go. And then I'm just going to like kind of manipulate it with my fingers and thumbs so that I have a nice little area there so that when I fold it over, it folds up nicely. Okay. I actually could pull that back just a tad. Okay. Then we're going to tie it off with this gold trim that comes in the kit. So I just need a little chunk of this. And we're just going to wrap this around. Oh, whoops, I need a little bit longer chunk because I'm actually going to tie it in a bow. What was I thinking? I was thinking I was doing it a knot, but I need a little more for a bow. Okay, so we're just going to tie it. Pull that nice and tight. And then give ourselves a fun little bow. And then you can just manipulate the loops on the bow to be as long or as, you know, as wide or skinny as you want them. And then I like to hold on to the loops and pull tight just to get it how I want it to look. And then I can just trim off a little bit of that. And then I can come up here and to trim off the top of my ribbon. There we go. Okay, so we are done with that. Then we can bring in the card. And so now all we have to do is lay this on top so that it is centered from side to side and so that it doesn't cover up our sentiment. And then I'm going to use liquid glue for this also. And I'm going to put some liquid glue right down here in this area, maybe over to the side just a hair. And I'm going to pull this off so I can kind of line that up, just eyeballing it. So I want it in the center, like I said. And you can bring it to the back and you can sort of see if you've actually got it centered or not. I think we did a pretty good job. And then I'm going to add some glue. I think we're going to go glue dots on this. And I'm just going to add a few dots around the ribbon here. And on the ribbon. Oops, we're out of glue dots. Good thing we have another roll right here. Always pays to have more than one roll of glue dots. And then that one there, and then I think one more and we should be good. So I'm just kind of putting them along the top layer there. Okay, so then you're going to want to line this up at the bottom. And then we're going to close that. And then we're going to press this into place. Okay, just like that. So then on the inside, I don't really think that looks great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another one of these little guys. Just so it kind of looks nicer on the inside, I think. And you could use this to decorate it if you want. You could add another ornament on this. You could write a nice little message, whatever you want to do. And I'm just lining it up with the two sides here. And there we have it. That also gives a little bit of reinforcement to that center layer so that when your card is standing up, I need to increase that again, so that when your card is standing up on a table or a desk, it won't bow because we have a lot of bulk right here, so it's not going to bend, because that's a pretty sturdy little guy there. So there is the card. Isn't that fun? I am so excited about this. So thank you so much for watching. Again, give the video a thumbs up. If you need your supplies, shoppingwithbarb.com. And remember, the links to the class are in the description below the video. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.